What's up? Oh yeah, I like the freeze frame that I saw there for a second of you
Oh yeah,
throwing one back. Um,
that's that's what we
yeah.
do.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Alternative Blacks podcast. Chris, what you drinking?
I got here. This is Daisy Cutter Crown. It is a half acre Allagash
Yes.
uh, IPA brewed with Maine grown wheat. So this is a 6.7. It's got crushed Simcoe, Amarillo, and Tangier hops, and it's good. Solid, nice golden color. Anytime you can get a Daisy
I'm
Cutter,
trying to remember because
I
I got that and another one of theirs uh
Daisy
a
Cutter
month
or
or so back. Yeah, the same. I got the Crown, and then there was another one, might have been like Evergreen or something like that. And I liked
you mean
one
this
more
one?
than the other, and I can't remember.
Well, I'll tell you after
Yep.
I. That's my second beer.
Yeah, that's funny. I don't think I saved it for the live because I don't remember why, but like yeah, those I got them at the same time.
I literally I drove through a tornado level storm on the way home, so it took me 2 hours to
Yeah,
get
it's
home.
hitting here now.
Yeah, stay in the
It's
basement.
it just yeah.
It
No, that's why I said I
ripped
was like,
up.
oh, I'm going to the best place. Yeah.
Yeah, it was ripped. It ripped it. A building collapse in Columbia. So East York High's roof ripped off.
Doesn't
It
surprise
was
me.
pretty crazy. So
I'll stay in the basement
stay in the basement. It might be cold
until
in the
after
basement, but
the
it's safe.
until after the show, and then I'm gonna go across the street to eat. So
Ooh, Mister, I have neighbors that I like.
oh no, I'm going to the restaurant across the street.
Across the street. Loco
Well,
Pets?
like yeah, Cedar Point.
Ah, okay. Ah,
All right.
that fish sandwich.
So I got 3 beers because I ripped into it, but also, regardless of if everybody shows up to this trip, which it's seeming like no for Saturday, we're either meeting at the Hot Farm or meeting somewhere because I have a 4 pack of beer from Buffalo for you,
Oh ho ho.
and so I have
Oh ho ho.
for me 3 of those 4 because I already drank one of them. So I need you to decide: am I going with a hazy,
Mm.
another hazy, but it's labeled anchovy,
Mm.
or this is from Hawaii with love. It's a golden stout.
Ho ho. Just off the label and the fact that it's a golden stout, I'm intrigued.
Which one?
The golden stout.
Absolutely. Sorry, the fucking AC decided that it wanted to kick on right now.
Right in your ear.
Yeah. It's a glorious spot that I'm at. I'm turning up the temperature in the house because I'm sure it's just off of like 1 or 2 degrees. That's just going to keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so this is from Mortalis up in Buffalo. Now, Mortalis is known for like their sours. They have just like some straight up sours, but they also have some of that like imprint Drecker, like very thick sours as
Mm-hmm.
well, which were phenomenal. This was probably my favorite brewery the whole time I was up there.
Really? Okay.
And this is probably my favorite beer that I had when I was up in Buffalo, and it is called From Hawaii with Love. So you know you're gonna get a little bit of like the Kahlua type of like ordeal going on. It's a very interesting like it's gorgeous. Like this is a stout. It has very stout like flavor. Um, but it's just sweet, you know. Um,
Do you get that coffee? Is there like a coffee
yep.
going on?
Yeah, it's like the first thing that hits your lips is like it's the coffee with like a Kahlua type of vibe, right? So it's like it's a sweet coffee. It's not like bitter. It's not roasted. It's not dark or malty. It's a very sweet drink, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I love this beer. The more I've had it, the more I've liked it. Um, yeah, I think Mortalis was probably the best one. So it was cool too because like it's in this big industrial building, right? I went to Brightsmith first. That's where I had lunch with my mom, and then in between there's like a plant slash antique store. Like so you have to leave Brightsmith, but if you walk into this place it's called like Plant Daddy, you can walk straight through it right into like the lobby and right through the lobby to Mortalis. And I'm like, I love
Oh,
plants and beer. This is amazing.
plants, beer, and antiques.
It's like they're trying to trap me. There was a little cutout in the back that says "Do not enter unless you like beer," and I almost like went in, but like I heard somebody like from the other side. All I saw was a hand outside of the sheet, and I kept hearing. I was like, "No, it's a trap."
There's a guy with the 3 bottles on his finger.
Come
Time
out
out,
and
come out
play!
and play.
Yay! That was awful.
You know, you would you know, you do think that, you know, if a horror movie happened, it would be 5 minutes because you either die or you're smart enough to get out of
Right.
there. But people don't realize certain things for certain folks, right?
They got
Maybe
me.
we just need to have more. You know, we just need to be more empathetic to the idiots in scary movies. You know,
Tyler,
I mean the people, the characters in scary movies.
Tyler, there's no way that they have beer in that back shady alley. Yeah, but they might.
They,
And can you
but hear me
live
out.
with the fact if they did? I couldn't.
Hear me out. They could. The mystery box could be anything. It could even
If
be beer.
if
You know,
I'm not back within 5 minutes, I'm either dead or drinking beer. Either way, leave me alone.
you know, you can't argue with that.
um, yeah. So that's what I got. This was a really good beer. I overall, as a whole, Buffalo sucks in terms of beer. They have a lot of options. It's just not great.
Okay, yeah.
It's just
I
not
was
great.
gonna say because we were on here like it was like, oh, okay, there seems to be like a lot going on, but
Yeah,
the quality isn't
and
there.
it was tough because like my mom no longer is tequila Pammy. She's not throwing them back like she used to. So it's like one drink a day. So it's I'm not trying to
Hmm.
force that time. It was funny though because the one night, it might have been like the second night or whatever, we're going through these places, and we're probably at like the fourth brewery maybe, and she was just like, I pulled in, I'm driving, and I like pulled in, and she goes, I just like, you need to slow down a little bit, and I was like, Mom, this was probably 3 places, right? So Mom, it's been 3 hours. We're pulling up to the third brewery, and I've had 2 drinks. I am on pace. Like I am well within my behaving.
It's been 10 years. I'm due.
It was just like I'm hitting my one beverage an hour mark here. We're good. I was also
One
I
beverage
got
an
hit with a
hour. Yeah.
cold immediately upon like. Remember we had the live. The next morning I woke up coughing. The whole time I was
So
there,
you
I was sick.
so you weren't even really in the mood to really go crazy
Well,
anyway.
we pull up. We go to other half. That's the first stop, and I'm thinking this is
Yeah.
incredible. And it was like, it was mid, and like, I was I truly was expecting like a at least one option of a beer there that was specifically made for Buffalo. Nothing. I was like, I had all these beers 2 days ago with Hannah.
It's that spoil. It's that entitled Philly. It's that entitled Fishtown. Uh, that just that.
I'm gonna make. Here's what made matters worse, though. So at that same time, I pulled in. I still hadn't received the code to our Airbnb.
So you're trying to kill time. And you're like, you know what's going to be great? We're going to have some cool stuff. It's going to be a great time at other half.
Well, what was great is it's right across the street from the minor league baseball team.
Right, yeah, I saw that. It
And
was like
that's
literally right.
dope. I'm like, and what happened was they just built up the area. So if you could, if imagine like your neighborhood growing up, but like, say the paint factory wasn't the paint factory, and they could have actually built there for like residents, right? And like if it got all built up, you threw in a brewery there that was like renowned, like threw in Victory, right? And it was like literally across the street. Like that's what was
So
going
it's getting
on.
gentrified.
And and there was construction going on. There's all these places. It was like a really cool area that we didn't get to like explore. And that whole downtown like adjacent area is really like brewery heavy. Like that's where the little box is that we didn't get a chance because like it was cobblestone and like no place to park. It would have been the fourth place, but we just said fuck it. I was tired. It would have been like a really cool area. But like it was a Friday, and I want to say like even for it being a Friday at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, just very eerily
dead.
And I was
Dude, like, and I'm thinking about that. Like, I obviously didn't have time to really even get my bearings, but like when I was there, we went up on a Friday. You know, we got there late, but it was just like nothing.
And it's the thing,
absolutely nothing.
Friday,
and then Saturday, it's like Saturday afternoon. It's like Saturday at like 1 p.m. and we're outside in downtown Buffalo, and there's nobody.
I'm like, in Philly in general, going to places, coffee shops, bars, whatever. Whenever I walk into somebody, especially like Thursday, Friday, it like Philly for me, I'm always like surprised by how many people are at places when I'm avoiding work, because I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, it's just like, I know.
Does anybody work?
Whereas, like, I know I'm not working right now when I should be working. Why are you here? Like,
like it's crazy, and Lancaster's like that too. You know what I mean? It's just like it's a Friday. It doesn't matter what time of day it is on a Friday. Like there's just people everywhere. And it's just like, wait, do people work? It's a Monday, and it's like that.
And so that's what I was confused about with like Buffalo. It's just like I just don't feel like anyone's here. Like the place that we pulled up to, it had to be that Saturday, if not, yeah, it had to be Saturday that we pulled it up to. And my mom was like, "Oh, you should really blah blah blah." It's like the sun setting. It's like a really cool spot, and like we walk in. That's the anchovy one that I have in here, and nobody's in there. Like that's how I ended up with this beer, because this wasn't even being sold. Like I was able to convince them to sell.
See, you always have to have one Tyler moment. That's your signature Tyler moment on this trip. Is that beer wasn't even for sale, and yet you have it.
Yeah, they were like, I'll explain it. I'm not going to do the story right now, but it was a good trip. It was fun. I wouldn't
Frank Lloyd Wright House.
Hmm?
You saw the Frank Lloyd Wright?
Yeah, that was cool because like, yeah, that was a really cool spot. I think, when you talk about someone, my favorite, like one of my favorite words is intentionality, and Frank Lloyd Wright, if anybody ever was like that, that's who it is.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, for us, the night that we drove up there, the day that we drove up there, that night they had a beer festival at the Frank Lloyd Wright House, but it had been sold out forever.
Okay, because I feel like I saw that.
Yeah.
So after our live, yeah, we looked it up.
Went to do the tour, and there's like by like the one garden, like at the foot of like a garden bed, there's like a tasting. I should have taken it. I have a picture of it. Like it was just like, Um,
I'm surprised you didn't take it.
yeah, I should have. My klepto ass. Um, it was a cool place. I really enjoyed it. He's just an interesting character for sure, and I just
Frank Lloyd Wright.
yeah, and everything the way that it
Yeah,
flows, like also
the
just
feng
like
shui of
ruthless,
it all.
yeah, ruthless businessman. But the guy that developed the area around the house is the same guy that invented not invented developed Central Park, and he's one of the like the lead people that Niagara Commission, like the people that were involved to take back Niagara Falls from all the like industry that was there and the warehouses that
Mm,
were polluting it and like ruining it, and and creating that movement to have all the citizens say "fuck this, we don't want it here," and then to restore Niagara to what it is today. He was
yeah.
like one of the leading, like he was the one reaching out to like Mark Twain, to like Tesla, like to all these people saying like no, we need to like buy
So then
for
also like a real big piece of history.
yeah, yeah. And so
That's pretty
that was
cool.
really cool. Yeah, really cool
We
spot.
got we got to
Um,
got to protect our environment. You know, I don't. No reason I say that, but we should protect the environment, particularly the air. We should keep the air
yeah,
nice and clean.
you know what I always say, IPA.
Forget EPA. We got DEP, and we got the Philadelphia Department of Health.
Do it.
Yeah, Philly, at least for air, has their own. They run their own ship over there. We
Well, I
don't
was
have
asking,
anything in city proper.
do we? Uh,
Oh, do
I thought you were
we?
making announcement.
No, no. Although I have alerts.
Okay, good.
I do
Good.
have alerts. Nothing yet.
Fantastic. The more I'm drinking this, the more I like it. Like
See,
I
that that seems like one that it, you can drink warm for one
mm-hmm.
because it's a stout, right? Even if it's a golden stout, but then also just like that one seems like the longer it sits, the flavors like it just gets. It actually might get more flavor as it warms up, kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
I'm
it's
definitely I am excited to try that one.
yeah.
As I
Just
am excited to try this double daisy cutter evergreen.
the transition. Uh if I remember correctly, we liked Crown. We did not like Evergreen.
Hmm. This is so evergreen is a West Coast double pale ale,
Yep.
which something about the phrase double pale ale kind of rubs me the wrong way, because like maybe it's just because Daisy Cutter's technically just a pale ale, right? But
Hold on. I don't know about you. Rubbed the wrong way. I'm just happy to get rubbed. Wrong way.
no. Like wrong way is in like this is my strong hand, you know. You know, like I see you eye in the first piece. That's how it rubs me the wrong way, and like
That's fair. That's fair.
I and the thing is, I love this can art so much. It's even holographic. Like the mountains are holographic. I got a holographic edition of this
Yeah,
can.
Coors does the
Cool.
same thing.
Cures. Why do? Can we? We need to start. You know what? We're saving that for our brewery. I'm not even gonna put that into the universe because I don't want anyone stealing that idea.
I'll hit you up about that later.
We'll talk about it on Saturday. We will collude on Saturday. Um, but double West Coast pale ale, and you know what? It tastes like it. I'm conflicted because I see why you wouldn't be impressed by this beer being a double West Coast, and it just isn't quite
It's
punching like a West
it,
Coast should.
it's one of those things where by description, yes.
Because like the malt of it is there. It's 8% and it doesn't taste like it's 8%,
It does taste like it.
but there's something. It feels like there's something missing.
That was
I
the big.
quite enjoy this beer, but I would not give this more than a 4. Like it's such a it tastes good and it is what it says, so I'll give it a 4. But
But outside of that,
it it isn't moving. It's not moving the needle, man. It's not moving the needle. So speaking of
needless,
Saturday,
needless to say,
do you say needleless? Needless to say, Saturday. I'm excited
yes,
to finally hit the hop farm.
yeah,
Whoever is going to show up and be a part, you
it
know.
really might just be us. It went from like, oh, we might have to rent a van, to like, oh, it's just us. But like, whatever, we enjoy them.
Hey, yeah. I mean, if it's us four and them,
And I really
they're awesome people.
awesome people. I really
From
wanted you. I've been wanting you to get to this place for so long, and so it's not a
and
hot
I want to
party.
get to this place.
Yeah, it's not picking
Yeah,
a place.
uh,
Like,
which honestly works out considering the weather.
yes,
You know, so
but like, so like,
you know,
there's two main areas, right? There's the
okay,
pavilion sort of thing. So
okay,
we could hang out there, but then there's also the garages, like, um, outfitted for people as well. So I believe it's a rain or shine event. So the garage is probably where we'll stay, where we will like linger because that's where the
the
beer
garage.
goes out.
Okay,
But the yeah, but
so
if there's a break or if we just feel like braving it, we'll bring like umbrellas and shit like that. We have to go out to like the acre and like
yeah, definitely. I want to go out and I want to experience the hops and uh, yeah, I just want to be able to finally get out there. It's weird because it's like it's so accessible yet it's so like hidden to the
yeah.
point where it's like you could drive right by it at any point. I drive by it often, to be honest. Like you
I
know what
think
I
it's gonna
mean?
be really interesting for you, like that first pull up where it's just like you know where to pull like take that right. There's Palos, like you just take that right and you go up half like the block and it's just there and then just
It's yeah. I've looked it up on the maps before, and I'm just like, really? There? Is there
it's
even where's the
crazy.
space coming from? It's like
It's
where is even the space coming from?
yeah. So I'm excited
See,
for you to experience it.
we should have done this in like February, March when I had my taxes, and we needed to go drop my taxes off to the tax guy who lives like 2 minutes from there.
Oh really?
Yeah, like literally
Wait,
right
you
down
have
from
a
the gas
tax guy?
station. Yeah, we have a tax guy. He used to be an engineer. Now he does taxes.
That sounds.
I don't know what that says, but it doesn't sound good for me.
You get money back?
No, but like he does a great job. Well, yeah, we get money back. What I
Oh,
thought you were
okay, then
talking
there,
about like
yeah.
off a fee or something. Yeah, yeah, we get the money back. Jesus, but
I don't know. I haven't always gotten money back. I've sometimes had to pay.
that's happened once or twice here or there with things, but like he does a good job, and so my mom was using him for years, and then once I started having to pay taxes, he was doing mine too, and then once I moved, I'm like, well, he can still do the taxes. So, and now it's gotten like obviously with COVID and digitization, it's gotten easier to not be right in Reading but still use them. So, yeah,
No, cool.
doesn't
Yeah, I mean,
like
I've been a
the
staunch.
fee's not bad.
I've been a staunch like TurboTaxer.
What's nice is like the fee's not bad, and then if something weird pops up, he's it's technically a retainer. Like He'll answer questions. If something weird happens, he'll help you through it
Yeah,
outside of tax season. So I
I'm,
mean,
I'm definitely probably. Well, I mean, like, yeah, this isn't the place to have this whole conversation, but
but well, no, no,
yeah,
no, no. This brand, our brand is we're here to shoot the breeze as friends.
yeah,
That's what we're
that is
doing. It
true.
sometimes our brand originally was if you overheard a conversation at the bar,
That is factual to actual. And so
that conversation definitely happens at a bar.
hearing it at the bar is taxes.
So to finish off that tangential conversation, Hop Farm excited. Let us know. Let us know what the pre moves are or moves. Just let us know, and
Yep.
we'll if because you mentioned you said the words Hidden River,
Yeah.
and you can't just say the words Hidden River and not mean it.
Well, and now it can be much more about hidden river. Yeah, let's make that work because I really do think it's just gonna be and it's a rainy day, so why not make the most of it? I honestly, Hidden River is such an
Hidden
amazing
gem.
spot because it is a great warm wet like it's not a seasonal place. Like they have this outdoor section which is nice, but like
Mm-hmm.
literally any time of year it is nice to go to Hidden River because
I was gonna
in
say,
the winter it is so comforting.
yeah, until you take the ghost tour or whatever,
Have you done that?
which we did.
Oh
We
shit, I
did
can't
do
wait
it.
to do
Yeah.
that. Maybe I'll do that this year. Yeah.
It's
Um
nice because you learn about the history, but we didn't get any like cool encounters or anything. It was just the
and I
doll
hear
room
that
is
does
creepy.
usually happen, you know?
It does, and the doll room is creepy, but nothing happened. It was
Yeah,
just really creepy.
absolutely not. Um
But yeah, so excited for that. We'll coordinate on a timeline later.
yeah.
But you had an interesting thought about food food and breweries, and
Yes.
I'm very intrigued as to whenever you usually when you bring up a topic that seems like it's out of left field, it's because you had an experience that you're like burning to talk about.
All right. So you are aware of Pose, right?
Excuse me.
A human robot? Human robot, the sandwich spot that's
Pose.
connected.
Oh, like Poe.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought you
Pose.
said you're aware of hose, right?
I've got Pose. I've got Pose. Um,
You have toes in
so it's
different area
actually
codes. That's a problem.
yeah, it is. Which one should I do next? I
Okay.
got the hazy and I got the anchovy.
I'm going anchovy.
I'll explain this one. This is a fun one to explain, but I have some time. I
Yeah.
still have to. Um, all right. So you're aware of Pose. Pose is the sandwich spot that operates outside of, well, inside of the Fifth Street Human Robot, the OG Human Robot,
Yeah.
but they also have a partnership with the Brewery Town location of Human Robot. It was like their side project. They did even more experimental. If you know Pose, it is experimental to begin with. Then they were set. Pose was set to um, be the food at a bar that was being opened up in like Old City, um, underneath a like local legend called Fergie. He has Fergie's Pub. He was opening up another spot. He was bringing in Pose, and then all of a sudden, riff. There's no
Master
Pose. I'm like, all
Bruce.
right, cool. It's like whatever. That's weird, but like whatever. We're just not gonna do food. Is what
Okay.
it was marketed as. I'm like, all right. This week, Human Robot makes an announcement. You know, we got some like really exciting things coming up. By the way, Pose no longer will be here. We've ended our relationship.
Like at like just at like
We've
carte
sent a
blanche.
letter to Pose from our lawyer, and we are terminating our contract. Not even the contract ended, and we decided to go another way. We have ended our contract prematurely. That's how I feel.
So
So
that's awkward.
hear me out. This is what happened.
Okay.
Now, the owner's already been this like kind of like shadowy figure. You know, like the whole concept of Pose is this guy gets high, creates a sandwich, puts it on the menu, sees if it sticks, right? It's been a very big cannabis like legalization, like frontliner, to
That
the fact
makes
that he
sense for
he
the.
is a felony for like punching a cop during a protest, right? Like
Good for
this
him.
old boy, this old boy.
Sorry. Well,
Like
okay.
like if that's how you get a felony, I really don't care. They're
Yeah. There are worse ways to get a felony.
now, mind you, trying to understand what it was because there was like in light of certain like posts recently and social media interactions that like, and depending on who tells the story, Poe side of the story or like the Poe fandom side of the story is like there was no conversation about hey bring this in like you're kind of like creating this rift, but like on the other side on the human robot side of things it's like hey this has been who you have been. We've like said like we need to like mild this out, make a burner account, do it somewhere else, don't do it from Pose which we are you know part of. And I am leaning towards the like we've told you a couple of times, like, yeah, maybe there's no legal notice about this, but like there really shouldn't have to be. And so like we no longer want to be associated. And so I'm like going through comments, I'm like trying to like really figure it out. And the one comment from somebody that really identified it for me, and I was just like, yeah, no, I can see why, was just like, oh, so you called a fag a fag. And I was like, oh, see, that's what it is. Because it's like, there's like this, and it's in the realm of free speech without consequence or accountability, right? Because there's never been this, the free speech thing stands. I am a
Yeah, you can
big,
say whatever you want.
say what the fuck you want to say, but you got to deal with it. It's not,
Mm-hmm.
because it's always been the people that complain the most about it are the people that are like the free speech thing was just like hey what the president doing is wrong. That's what the free speech is, right? Like, and that's to make
Yeah,
sure that
free
your
speech
government
is to
doesn't put
protect.
you in jail
Yeah,
for it or shoot you for it, right?
protect journalists. Yeah, protect journalists and people from criticizing the government is really
Right.
what free speech was
Free
meant to be.
speech
Yes.
doesn't say oh yeah this bag and I can't get fired for it.
Yeah. No.
It's an
Hey,
accountability.
again, unless particularly if it's a private organization, that's the private organization's policy. Now, those same types of people will be up in arms if someone, you know, if they're not allowed to do or say something that's offensive, and like, oh, free speech, free speech. Well, it goes both ways. Or like, I'll get these people out of here. We don't want those people in our
Be like these
establishment.
people.
Okay, well then we don't want you working for us either. Like
Right.
it's the same side of the coin, but people
And
don't think
that's
that far.
exactly it. And so for one, it's a lot of people. One, a lot of people are saying like, Human Robots beer is like not that great anyway. I'm like, you're absolutely
Oh,
lying.
that's a lot. That is the copium of the century.
They're gonna do IPAs great. They're gonna do lagers great. And any beer they put their hand on sour, great. Like fuck you, fuck you. I don't care.
that's
We
like
will
that's like say
actively
that's like the people that don't like LeBron, so they just like argue that LeBron isn't like top two to three players of all time. or even people that don't have them in like a top 10 or top 5. It's like, all right.
Right. They're like lost all credibility. Saying, it's like I'm not driving 40 minutes really in the hood. I was like, you're not in the hood that long, actually. Like, yeah, human robot is on a cusp, but like you're not driving through it to get there. I can guarantee you, any way that you're coming off of these main highways to get here, because you're not coming through the city, you're not going through the cut anyway.
Yeah.
And it's on the gentrifying line, so fuck you. Anyway,
It's on the gentrifying line. What is the gentrifying line's name, by the way? It's got to be
the street.
something like, it's not Mason Dixon, but it's got to be something. It's the Chet line.
Yeah, the Chet line. It's on the uh, it's on the Chet line, and it's just like no, like
It's on the Chet
let's not get
line.
it twisted here. It's just like here's the difference between the beer scene and the food scene in Philadelphia. The the food scene is actually far surpassing the beer scene, right? Like there is a overwhelming amount of good places to eat in Philadelphia that it would probably take a lifetime to actually hit all.
Yeah. It
And
is
so
saying
like
something that that's the case, though, by the way. That's
and
saying something to me.
and so for me it's just like I know so many people from out of the area that are like, oh, I'm coming to Philly, I want a cheesesteak from Angelo's. Like Angelo, like they're pieces of shit, right? I don't care how good the food is, I'm not going. Like that's just like something I'm not, and that's who I am, right? Like that, like I'm not going to do it. There are good cheesesteaks outside of Angelo's, and it's actually a large debate. And Angelo's doesn't come away as the supreme champ of this. They are just in the conversation. So you could get a good cheesesteak outside of this place. You just listen to one person. It's the same way I feel like about Poe's. Poe's creates really good sandwiches.
They are great sandwiches.
I am not going to lose sleep over the fact that I don't know where to get Poe's.
You know, and I guess this is the thing with beer too, but it's the thing with all like consumables, I guess, is you are replaceable at the end of the day, no matter how good you are.
Well,
You know, particularly if you're not doing like that crazy gastronomy level, Michelin level stuff. If you're just a really good food place, you are replaceable. Like there's plenty of talented people out there who haven't gotten the shot that they deserve and are just waiting for that opportunity. You know, like
yes.
that space will be filled immediately. That
It
vacuum's gonna
is.
get.
It's Cantina La Martina or whatever. It's this Mexican spot that
Well,
like
there you
lost.
go.
Yeah, it's gonna be great, and they actually do that
There you
already in
go.
town. They've already had this partnership, so it's like whatever. Like I was like,
There you go.
I could do with like something besides like tacos at a brewery, but like that's fine. I'll be okay. Like I don't think I ever went straight to Human Robot because of Pose. Pose was just always like the really nice addition.
No. Yeah. And that's the other thing too, right? You don't go to a brewery for food unless it's like the food that they're doing is like so exceptional. It's always about the drinks. Because you can just go to a restaurant if you want the food,
Right.
you know?
And that's actually what I
So,
want to talk about. I do think I should pee first before introducing my next beer and before talking about this now main conversation. But I'll be right back.
all right.
Yeah.
I might as well drain the lizard.
Huzzah! I'm back. Oh, what a time. What a time to be alive. I will reintroduce this once Chris gets back too, but what I am drinking is called Peak Amplitude Anchovy. So this is from a brewery called Frequentem Brewing Company. I'm trying to figure out where they're out of originally. This is Canada Igua. I called it Water Canada. So it's not necessarily Buffalo, but they have a Buffalo location, and their peak amplitude whew, peak amplitude series is a single hop IPA. So it's red anchovy, but it's anchovy is a hop variety. And so once Chris gets back, I will introduce said hop variety and explain to him what I'm getting out of this. Because that was the big conversation of the night was, hey, what flavor do you get out of this? And so not only am I excited to talk about that with what I think this beer is like, but then I'll be really excited for him once I get him the beer to share with me what he thinks. Because that's a large part of the process. We shot your footsteps. And now the camera shakes. I also forget that you have like these headphones attached, so I was talking shit the whole time.
Didn't hear a well. No, I didn't hear a word. These are wired headphones.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear a single word.
No,
I walked away. I found out that there was a 112 concert in Lancaster on Friday. Very random, but we were there, and there was a fight that broke out, of course, and because we were walking to the car. I think we were walking to the car after it was over, and there was like security, security. Like the DJ was like security. We're like, what? So there was a video. There was an up close video of that. So it's like, oh, okay. We can't have anything nice once again.
That's crazy.
Anyway, what's your beer?
So this is Peak Amplitude. I was explaining that this is from a brewery called Frequentem. They're from Canandaigua. New York. But they have a brewery, a tap room in Buffalo in the Old First Ward, and so I get in.
The Old First Ward.
And there's just some people that are just chilling there, and they're doing like the bartenders like having people guess the flavor profile. And so they're like, okay, here you go. Like, try to guess, like what flavors are you guessing? I'm like, all right, cool. And like I try it. I'm just like, I'm getting like some citrus, but like what I'm really getting out of it, like more than like the like tropical citrus like type notes, is this pithy, like flavor profile.
Pithy. Please explain pithy.
Like when you peel an orange.
Okay.
And that
the
like
pith. Okay.
Pithy.
I got you now. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it.
Like,
so like bitter, like
it's
but bad bitter, sour.
But
bitter?
That fluffy like texture to it as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, all right, I'm getting pithy.
We get pithy. Menthol.
Is apparently like the thing that's coming out of this anchovy hop, right? So it's like Peak Amplitude is a hop series thing. It's a singular hop, and so each Peak Amplitude is based off of a particular hop, and apparently anchovy is a hop.
Okay.
And I
I hold on. My sciencey brain really enjoys those called peak amplitude,
yeah,
and it's a one hop series that changes. I really enjoy that.
yep, yep.
Continue.
So Hydra series from Mortalis, they did the one that had the
Mhm.
golden. Uh,
Yeah.
they do a Hydra series, and like so like I actually really enjoyed this from a different nerdy uh, series, right? Because like they basically just opened up the door for this like sour series to be like, oh yeah, this is like raspberry, strawberry, and peanut butter, and then this one is like strawberry, raspberry, and peach, and this one is
True. And the whole thing about a Hydra is you cut a head off and it grows back. It's infinite heads. It
and
just
that
keeps going.
and they just kept they keep going based off of all these things, and that's their like sour like program. It's like this Hydra, blah blah blah, Hydra, blah blah blah,
I
Hydra.
enjoy that.
I was like,
I enjoy that.
I want all of the. It was great. It was great. It's not that great of a beer. It's
Oh,
like very
okay.
interesting. Um, I
Menthol
see what they
is a
mean by
choice.
menthol. Yeah, I see what they mean by menthol. I'm really interested in you trying it. I brought back all these beers as well for Rich, and I my story was basically like, yeah, the beer's not great, but here's my stories behind each beer. I think I lost you there for a second, or maybe still.
All
Try again.
right, I think we're good now.
Yes.
Looks like my internet was a little weird there.
Okay.
I was gonna say the thing that I'm learning, it's becoming like with hops is like everyone was asking if we could. No one stopped to ask if we should.
Right.
There, you know.
Yeah.
At what point are we getting to this is ridiculous?
Ooh, what are you drinking?
Ah, this is view from the
That's fun.
office from
Yeah.
Foam.
I like
Oh wait,
foams
there we go.
like
Foam.
can art because like it's very evidently foam. Like I appreciate a brewery that just has a look.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing with Daisy Cutter too, right? Like Daisy Cutter, I feel like Half Acre's label art does have a distinctiveness to it, but there's something about the Daisy Cutter series that really speaks to me. Foam again, like you said, like Foam has really good can art. You talk about even, I mean, you even put other half up there,
Yeah,
even though it is what it is with other half, but like they do have good can art. Uh, the place in Elder Pine. Why am I messing up Elder Pine? Elder Pine, another great distinctive can art type place.
for sure.
And Trillium. I feel like those are like the
Yeah,
to me those are like the top end can arts.
I agree. So that actually brings it to this point of food brewery, foodery.
The Foodery, great place.
Yeah. Um. So the human robot conversation was a large part of it, right? Like how important is it that like build out these like good partnerships, but also what is like the distinguishing like part about it, right? Like, does the food ever become a bigger entity than the beer, or does the beer always like hold hold value over it more? Like, I would the real conversation is like finding that good balance, right? Because like the partnership that doesn't exist with two locals, right? Like they had Liberty Kitchen, which was a good sandwich spot, but it runs into another element of this like, yeah, cool, we can have you guys in here, but you're unwilling to make the effort to meet us where we're at. And we're the ones that like ultimately like are like this is our branding, right? Like so to not meet us where it's at. So like breweries don't necessarily need food. They don't necessarily even need to
Hmm.
welcome food, right? Like I think you can exist
Yeah, but
without
this
one.
ain't New Jersey. This ain't New
Right.
Jersey in this piece.
And so like my question is like how where is that balance? Like what is the
Hmm.
perfect world of beer and food and
Yeah.
who has it
Well,
right now?
I would 100% say that the partnership thing works from a community standpoint, and I feel like ideologically that's what you want is I'm this thing, I'm this business that provides this to the community. You are this business that provides this other thing that complements my product.
That's how it
And
should be.
so us two as locals can come together and create something for the community to enjoy.
Us two locals.
Yeah. Oftentimes, you relationships, people, business, whatever the case may be, circumstances, that's difficult. I would say that in an ideal world, something like Two Locals and Liberty Kitchen is like the perfect thing, right? Or something like Human Robot and Pose is that's what you want. Um, but things happen. So I I do think the most sustainable way is to be, if you're gonna have food, to just foot the bill, have that be you, have it be part of you, have it be something that it's curated towards you as the brewer or the brewery as a business. What is it that you want? Um,
I've
and
always thought of it.
at minimum, I think it's just provide something for the folks that are coming in. Provide some kind of substance for the folks that are coming in. That's the minimum. But it should complement the beer. I think like in a perfect world, it
Yeah.
would be food, like it would be something like a pairing towards what's on the draft list and what's on the menu. Like there's certain beers that are just always going to be good with pizza, so maybe you always do pizza. But this is like something that's like always rotating, but something that is small enough that it's sustainable. It doesn't need to be some crazy menu, right? It can be simple, it can be a little more complex, but it's got to be doable and in step with the draft list, I think.
Absolutely.
And that creates like the best experience every time, and it gets people coming back, right? You you talk about like in games, even it's just like replayability. Like you played it the first time, oh my god, it was great. All these things, but like what gets you to pick it up again? What gets you to go back to it? What gets you to go back to that brewery? Sure, the beer is amazing, but if the food's amazing, now it's like a random Friday night maybe, and you're like, man, I don't want to cook. Oh, but Alternative Blacks Brewing down the street, we can get really good food there. Their specials are always amazing on the weekends.
They
Let's
always have
just go
first.
there. You know what I mean? Always. But I do think that's where it is, right? It's just like something that's accessible food wise, that's easy to execute, but then like having fun with rotation, whether it's
Yeah,
just on a special basis and just complementing the beer.
Exactly. No, that was the biggest part. Was like for me, it's always been like I feel like if you're gonna have beer and you're gonna have food and you're gonna be the main person on the food, it should be complimentary. Like you should have a beer for every
Hmm.
or every food item should have a beer associated with it. Like that's just the standard, right? Like it doesn't have to be every beer, but it should be a beer for every food item, right? Um, or multiple beers for like multiple food items. But like that, I think that's like the
Yeah,
standard
there needs to
thing
be
of like
synergy.
synergy, absolutely. And so like I think Anna has a point of like human robot bringing in like the Mexican spot. It's just like oh, okay, that's cool and all, but like you are a very logger forward like place. It's I don't know if this necessarily like is that. But like whatever, like I'm always gonna be happy with tacos. Like Triple Bottom has South Philly barbacoa now, right? Like crazy, and yeah, yeah, crazy partnership. Like that is the partnership. No,
That is. Wait, hold on. When did that happen?
like right after we got married.
Fuck. Hold on. You're saying I don't have to go wait in a crazy ass line? I can go to.
You don't
I
need
can go
cash.
and wait in a. I can just and doesn't have to be 9 a.m. I can just go to. I can go to a brewery.
You go to Triple Bottom.
I can go to a good brewery.
Crazy,
Hmm.
but like those that's like those partnerships. Yeah, it's just always interesting to me, like what could happen. Like for instance, like I went to Future Days today. That's where I was pre gaming. Um, and I was thinking about it on my walk over. I was just like, damn, like they have this like West African place right on the corner called Suya Suya, right? And I've actually yet to get food from there, but I've made food in that style, and I've like really enjoyed it. And I'm like, yo, like that would be a very interesting like partnership, like to like
Dude,
figure
like,
out like a dish or two, and it's because like yeah, like, people were walking in to this place with like pizza boxes, and I'm just like, damn, but this place is literally closer than any pizza shop.
and you could even do yeah, and this is where I think like I like you could do something where it's like, hey, we can set up an online ordering thing through Future Days to them. It could just be a partnership if it's close enough. You know what I mean? Like, just do something. And it's so unique too, right? It's pushing people to go outside of their comfort zone, get people exposed to new things, and that's what craft beer at the end of the day is really about. Has been like get outside your comfort zone, try something new, like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I think that's why we got into it when we were starting to get into it was we just were interested in seeing what else was out there, what was new, what kind of flavors people were doing. Um, and maybe that's gotten lost over the years a little bit with how effervescent it's become, uh, where it's everywhere. The styles have become the thing. It's become more mainstream and less about like trying stuff. But like
Yeah,
at the end of the day, that's the spirit of it, right? And the food
so
should complement that.
exactly, and so there's another conversation worth getting into at some point, but like it's without trying to single anybody out, without trying to like pinpoint where this conversation is coming from. Um, it's this idea of like, oh, you shouldn't start a brewery now because it's not a good time to start a brewery. But if you are going to start a brewery, you have to understand that it's more than just beer. It needs to be seltzer. It needs to be non-alcoholic. It needs to be also making your own liquor, right? And I don't agree.
Yeah, I agree with your don't agree. Just from like I do think there's something to be said. It's like if you're trying to make this a business, especially from the outset of we need to profit as fast as possible. Okay, what are we doing to profit? Let's get all this stuff in. But we've learned there's ways to go about this. Maybe it isn't even having the brick and mortar at some point, but like we can drum up the interest, we can drum up something that is us without having to do all these other things to appease certain people. There's ways to go about it. It doesn't have to just be traditional. Well, I have to own a brick and mortar here and I have to brew there, like here, and it's got to be like there's a way to do it. You can contract, you can figure out ways to get your beer out there the way you want it without having to sacrifice those types of things. So like I agree with you in the fact that it's like if you get to the point where you love the beer that you're making, that's a win already. But you love the beer you're making and it's good enough that you're willing to sell that to other people and they're going to enjoy it too. They'll come. And I think at that point it's up to you, aka us, to like decide what does this look like to make that work, because that's the ultimate goal. And if that means we don't have the big massive brick and mortar with all the frills and all that, okay, but
What?
can we do what Humble Parlor does?
Right. I was gonna say, how many times have there been like such a hype, not even a hype brewery, the antithesis of a hype brewery, like such a brewery that just has done it well enough that it doesn't even matter. It's like, yeah, other half, in its truest iteration, is this hole in the wall in Brooklyn,
It's pretty crazy.
and like just during COVID lines, right? Like it's just like it's this cool place that just like really made it, and has like grew to this extent because that's what they decided to do, right? Like even Trillium to an extent, right? Like stayed very hyper local, but their distribution is now like really blown up, right?
Yeah.
But like when I'm thinking about other spots too, right? Like Victory, I would say fell off, right? Victory had this really good product and then stopped caring about that really good product. That now they are Southern Tier. Now they are these other places, right? Like I could have gone to a Southern Tier in Buffalo, right? Like that was one of the like spots, and I was just like, but I can do that in Philly every single time, right? Because like it's not going to be different. I thought Trillium. I mean, I thought other half was going to be different, but anyway.
You
Um,
should have. You should have known. You should have
yeah,
known.
but it's just like Dogfish, right? Like even Dogfish, like their liquor program down there when we went in Rehoboth, remember? Like that was
Yep.
shocking, but it wasn't something that they outrightly were just like, yeah, like beat them over the head saying like, yeah, we have liquor, right? Like it was like one of those things. It's like, oh,
It's a
damn,
slow,
liquor,
yeah,
right?
slow progression into it,
I was like,
and
this is
and it also for what they do fits
yeah,
too. They're
because
not
they were
forcing it. Like,
always very experimental.
yeah, their whole thing is off kilter ales for off kilter, right? So it's always weird stuff
Their
happening. So
shit
it's
makes
like,
sense.
oh, why not get into the cocktail game because more
but it
experimental stuff. Like
but it
that's just
wasn't because they weren't following a trend. They decided to
yeah.
do it because they were like interested.
Hmm.
And I actually don't think like there's like that big of a difference between distilling and between brewing because actually I think
There is
brewing is
not.
just like you have to
I
brew
was
in
gonna
order
say,
to distill.
you have to brew in order to distill. The difference is how much you get out of it.
Well, ah, there's a lot in this. Ah! um, but and so like I'm really trying to like follow this trend because and not follow and like imitate it, but just like see how it plays out for some people because I think what matters more than anything is just being authentic, right? It's like do what you do and do it well and do it for the right reasons, right? Because I've been thinking about sports teams a lot. I've been thinking about like these bigger, like Walmart will always come into like the conversation for me too. It's like Walmart essentially price gouges and price fixes your grocery prices, right? Like everything that you pay for groceries, no matter how much you want to like talk about tariffs or anything outside of that, the true person that is fixing your costs, groceries across the nation, is Walmart. And
They sure are.
so it's just like, are we doing this because we want to get you groceries, or are we doing this because we want to make a profit off of a necessity, right? And so, like, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
beer isn't that big. It's nothing about beer is a necessity, but it's always going to come down to like, are we doing beer because we need to make more money? Like, does all these things that we're doing with the brewery, are we expanding into these other areas because we
Mm-hmm.
need to make more money in order for us to survive, or can we survive and just like hone in on like a few key areas? And that's the
And
difference with me. It's just like, are you sacrificing
mm-hmm.
what you truly started off to do? Like, if you made these really good beers and these really good things, then you said, we're gonna stop doing this stuff because like we're gonna bring in more people here, but they weren't your original target demographic to begin
That's where it is for me, right? It's at what point are we trying to be capitalists in this whole thing versus just carving our way in a capitalist society and trying to make a living off of it, or at least just doing enough to like either break even or pay the bills, while doing something that we love to do.
with. Two things to say, and I'm gonna let you finish. The first one was
Beyonce had no.
The first one was before it used to be breweries sacrificed other styles to do IPAs because IPAs brought people
Yeah.
in. And then if I can get people in for my IPAs, I can get people in and try my other beer. And that's where I'm really excited about. That's different than let me make whiskey. Um, and then two, huge compliment to you. Um,
To me.
I was pre gaming and actually like twice recently I've heard people blush about you recently. Uh,
About me?
you just make a really good
Oh,
impression, and the
ugh.
big thing is just like you just being a very genuine person to talk to, and I wanted to point that out to you because like while I try to always listen and not wait to listen to respond. You know what I mean? Like I was actually actively listening, trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I found myself in this
Mm-hmm.
moment
Mm-hmm.
having things I wanted to say, and just like finish what you have to say. I got to say it. Um, but what people really love about you is just like you're genuine. You're just a genuine person, and like truly value what the other person is saying. And yeah, I was. That's why I was like, I want to finish what I'm saying. I want to say. I want you to finish what you're saying. I want to say something, but then I also want to point out that you are a wonderful listener. Anyway,
I genuinely appreciate that.
yeah, yeah. You
And
just make a really good impression.
I
Love you.
appreciate that. I love you too, bud. I would love to know who said that, but
I'm not
no,
gonna expose them. Here, I'm gonna let you know. I ain't gonna let
yeah.
you know.
And you see,
Look,
that's what I was about to say. I was like, they realize that I'm the real one here, and you just a fake ass. No, no, I really appreciate that. I think I pride myself on. I'm obviously not the most charismatic person. I don't garner like that type of attention, but like I feel like I am genuine. I feel like I
this is
care
literally
to
my
hear
favorite
what other
sound.
people think.
This is
And
really
that's why, that's why I do this with you, because I care what you think. I care to continue our relationship as best friends, and this is
yeah,
like the excuse to do that.
yeah.
As I've said multiple times, as
This
I said on
podcast
your
is the
wedding
best
day.
excuse to fuck. It's like hey, every week I'm gonna just like walk away and talk to my best friend for an hour and a half. You cool with that? Or it's oh, I got this podcast and like we gotta do. I have this commitment.
I have this commitment. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what
It's
it is. It's like
healthier
this is
the
the
first
time.
way. It's probably healthier the first way I described it, but we're gonna find an excuse.
You know what I mean? That's what it is. We're like just this is what it's been from the beginning. No matter what we set out to make it or whatever, and that's to bring it back around. Like with the brewery, that's if we do it, that's what we're doing it for, and we're not looking to expand nationwide and make it this big thing and bring in all these millions of dollars while no one else profits off of it. It's like no, like I feel like if we can just break even in terms of the effort we put in, the money we put in, the time we put in, if we can just break even on that and just be good, then
I
I think that's a success. Like I don't like that's all the dream is, right? The
if
dream
we
is to
create a
bring
place,
our beer to people.
and if we create a place where other people decide to create something from that's where it is. Like for them to be
Yeah.
so comfortable that they get up to the bar, they have a conversation with their best friend, and they're like, you know what, people should hear this. That's truly the best way of paying it forward.
And then they can start the Derivative Blacks podcast,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. Um, yeah, and that's largely like this is like one of the first time, well, not first time. So it's one of the times I was just like, I have this conversation that I just feel like is much more than the conversation. Um, it's about food in a brewery, but like it's much more about like why are we doing this? Like, does this belong here? Are we doing it because like this is the popular thing to have? Because you know like Human Robot was like a really interesting study for me because I was like looking at it and I was just like, okay, cool. They've had this partner for like 7 years. Why? And this person hasn't changed in 7 years. This has always been who they are. But why now? It's like, well, they've had log jamming successfully. They've had Oktoberfest successfully. They had log jamming to such a successful point that they said we can't do it in Philly anymore. We're going to move it to upstate New York. We have like 5 locations. Like we're continuously doing stuff. We're bringing in people during CPC from international levels to do these things, and it just doesn't make sense anymore. And if you can't get your shit together, we're gonna move forward. And 9 times out of 10, I'm against that type of like business decision. But in this situation, it is the 1 out of 10 that I'm just like, the writing was on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And you know what?
are you doing? And it's like,
But
and
then
it's
that's
not
what it
even
is. It's
like,
case by case.
and it was, and for them, it wasn't even like, okay, cool, like you had the success, you went to do something with somebody else, and that person was just like, you know what, you're fucking around too much. I don't want you anymore. Fuck it, we're not gonna do food. And then like double down rather than saying, oh, I went to expand and I can't expand because of my antics, but you know what, I'm gonna double down on it, and then have the one person that was literally carrying you. And that's what I never understood about the comments about like, oh, I'm never coming here because of like blah blah blah. I was just like, you do realize the brewery carried the restaurant. The restaurant didn't
I was gonna
carry
say
the
if Pose closed down, I wasn't gonna bat an eye. I was like, damn, that sucks. But like,
still mad
if
at
Human Robot
that.
closed down, I would have been like, oh my god, Human Robot's closed down. Damn.
Absolutely.
I if Human Robot closed down, I wouldn't have went damn. But what about Pose? Never. Maybe I'm just an outsider, you know. But
Anyway,
that's what it
I
be.
gotta pee again. I truly
Yeah.
appreciate this. I got some beer for you this weekend. We're seeing each other one way or the other. I
We
miss
are
the
gonna see each other. I miss you too. We gotta get together for some we gotta get together one on one at some
Yeah.
point, please.
Yes.
Because I got some stuff for you. But only if it's a one on one. No, put that away.
That's for later. All right, I got you. We're gonna make this work. But until next time.
Trace. Shit. Peace.